1. Bang. According to my mother, I was born during an earthquake. She always said she could hear the massive X-ray machines rolling about on the hospital floor above as her IV bag swung like a pendulum on a silver pole. Although I can find no record of an earthquake occurring in Salt Lake City, Utah in 1947, it made for a good story. If this is ever to be confirmed, it would make for one heck of a foreshadowing for my future. Earthquake or not, my arrival shook the ground beneath my proud and proper mother's feet. With 2 grown children, one son already college-bound and one teenage daughter, to say I was a surprise is an understatement. My family, hard-working, strong, resilient Mormon stock, were pioneers who had traveled across the plains in wagon trains. David Cooper, my mother's father, was a blacksmith and worked for the government in the Indian Service near Fort Duchesne, Utah, after the fort's abandonment by the Army. As a young woman, my mother taught Native American children to read. My father was a college professor before working as a farm and ranch appraiser. By the time I was born, we lived on a little acreage in the foothills of the Wasatch Range in Pleasant Grove, Utah. Looking back at my life, I laugh when I realize how so much of my early upbringing affected the path I took. Growing up in the peach-tree utopia of Pleasant Grove was idyllic, something out of a storybook. Life was good. I learned to ride a horse, fish, and shinny up the cherry trees to eat the ripe fruit. I had a sweet old plug of a horse named Roxy, who pulled ripe apricots off the tree behind our house with her big slobbery lips. With juice running down her chin, she would spit the seeds out of the side of her mouth as she chewed. Roxy was a patient steed, and she carried both me and the neighbor kids everywhere in the foothills of snow-capped Mount Timpanogos. Timp was the highest mountain in the area, and it filled the view from our backyard. I was loved and content. My parents came from a conservative background and worked hard to provide